Hi, good morning, sir. My name is Vincent, and my student SUKD2401239. Thanks for giving me an opportunity to give a presentation to you, sir. And also thanks for letting me here. So here my title, let me introduce my title, Examine the role of motivational factors in enhancing the well-being of jail worker. So let's proceed. Next slide. As you can see, sir, here is the content of my presentations. There are three chapters. So chapter 1, introduction, chapter 2, literature, and chapter 3, research methodology. So let's move to chapter 1. Chapter 1, the introduction, the research background. The rapid growth of the gig economy in Malaysia has created job opportunity for the young and low-income workers. Still, what's the issue? The issue, like lack of social protection and job security, raise concern about their long-term well-being, based on the article Hamza before. So as you can see, sir, based on this research background, there are many youngest people, youngest worker, they choose to involve in the gig worker as a Grab driver, food panda driver, because they have their own flexible time, higher autonomy, but also they did not realize that there's many issue or protection that's been ignored, such as lack of social protections, job security, their human right and labor law and some things. So based on the research, I realized that I should pick up the issue and try to find a solution to solve it. What is the problem statement? The problem statement in this research resolve the lack of comprehensive understanding and support for Malaysian gig worker, particularly how skill, development skill, like job condition, motivational factors, and social protection. So there's the two research question and two research objective. Research question one, I combine to two IB. There are four IB. What is the influence of skill development and motivational factors on gig worker well-being? There's two IB combined. Research question two, what is the influence of social protection and job condition and gig worker well-being? So combined to two IB. Research objective one, to examine the relationship between skill development and motivation factor related to gig worker well-being. Research objective two, to examine the relationship between social protection and job condition to gig worker well-being. So that's the scope study. So as you can see, the target respondent for this research is based on the Perkeso. Perkeso is one of the agency in our country, Malaysia. So on from June 2024, total of the 132,655 gig workers in the range of 15 to 14 years old. As you can see, it's very young. Are active in the Scheme Keselamatan Sosial Pekerja Sendiri, SKSPS. It's one of the agency. It should protect social protection for the protect worker in Malaysia. The amount of SKSPS will be 11,177 gig workers in Selangor State, not just Selangor State. It's not including the whole country, just based on Selangor State only. According to the Dewan Negeri Selangor 2024, Selangor is chosen as our research location because Selangor is one of the biggest state. It has been selected as a research location as it the nation's most famous and economically vibrant state, inherently fostering a high concentration of gig economic activity. This statement is based on the information is based on the Department of Statistics Malaysia, DOSM Malaysia. So move to chapter 2, literature review. So underpinning theory, there are three theories that I adopted. The first theory, the labor market precarity, LMP, short form. Second is cell determination theory, SDT. Last but not least, Herbert two-factor theory. So as the key finding for the literature, G worker face high job insecurity based on the Yoshiyama 2022 statement. Flexibility and autonomy provide short-term satisfactions. So Saleh 2023 and Hamza 2024. Well-being is shared by the multiple factors based on the Noragini 2023 and Kazi 2024. What is the research gap? Current research on G worker largely address generic challenges, but does not examine how multiple factors jointly affect long-term well-being. Specifically, the study often focus on individual aspects such as skill development, motivational factors, social protections, and job conditions in isolations. There is a limited empirical evidence on how these variables interact to influence overall G worker well-being. These studies seem to fill this gap by investigating the combined impact of these four factors on G worker in Selangor. The finding aims to provide practical insight for policy development and plan for manage. So, as you can see, there's a gap for us to fill in. So this research is very important, very meaningful for me to do it, to carry out the research, to fill the gap, and have a solution to solve the problem. So move to chapter 3. Move to another. Our framework, conceptual framework. As you can see, how the 4 IB related to the 1 DB. First, skill development. The skill is very important for everyone. Skill, technique. Without having a skill, hard to survive. Survive, jobless. Well, skill is a technique for them. Technique for survive. So motivation factors. What's the factors that make them feel have a motivation to keep going in the G worker? What is the increasing and increasing of the motivation? Social protection. As a G worker, they should have a proper protections for them, labor law, fair pay wage, fair pay salary, flexible time, working hours, appropriate working hours, and job condition. What is the condition for the good environment? A safety environment. That's all. A G worker well-being, the meaning well-being. So move to chapter 3. Chapter 3, research methodology. So research design, choose quantitative methods. And the population and sampling, population around 15, 40 years old are active in scheme keselamatan sosial pekerja sendiri SK SPS. So the sample size. The study will use probability sampling with a sample size of number to 200, calculated by multiplying the total number of variables by 50 to ensure representative and unbiased reflection of a population. So sampling technique. They are chosen using simple random sampling and that every number of the population at hand equal chance to begin selected. They have chance to begin selected to fill the form, as a Google form. The survey will be carried out in the Selangor State, Selangor State, and more focus on Selangor State, Selangor's G worker. The questionnaire will be issued to 200 respondents. 200 respondents, they can fill the Google, they can respond well online, like say Google form. It's like a form for them to answer the question, a few questions, distributions. And this questionnaire will be applied with a 5-point Likert scale from format as the first strongly disagree, second disagree, third neutral, fourth agree, five strongly disagree. Data analysis, data analysis, data analysis, data collected for questionnaire will be analyzed using SPSS version 29 to compute, distribute statistic frequency, means, and variability. So thank you, sir. I finished my presentation. Thanks for letting me here. I appreciate it.